W dzisiejszym odcinku do Mamira. No ostatnio tutaj dotarliśmy jako Zoe do rebeliantów, ale też mamy bibliotekę odblokowaną. Mamy wpis o April Ryan. Serio o April nam się odblokowało, okej. April Ryan urodziła się w naszym świecie w roku 2191. W wieku 18 lat odkryła, że jest skoczkiem, czyli osobą posiadającą zdolność otwierania portali pomiędzy bliźniaczymi światami nauki i magii. April przybyła ze Stark, świata nauki, do Arkadii, świata magii. Tam dowiedziała się o wielkim niebezpieczeństwie grożącym równowadze bliźniaczych światów. Wierząc, że to jej przeznaczenie, razem ze swoim najlepszym przyjacielem, Krukiem, udała się w długą podróż, by ocalić równowagę. Po tych wydarzeniach April i Kruk spędzili kilka lat podróżując po północnych krainach, zanim ich drogi się rozeszły. Wkrótce Azadi najechali na północne krainy, a April dołączyła do ruchu oporu i w niedługim czasie stała się jego przywódczynią. To właśnie wtedy poznała Zoe, która pomogła jej odzyskać wiarę w ludzkość i w samą siebie. Jednak Zoe nie zdołała ocalić życia April. April została zabita przez żołnierzy Azadi podczas napadu na osadę na bagnach Mary. Była to baza ruchu oporu. Chociaż jej ciało zostało spalone zgodnie z tradycyjnym myrskim obrzędem, rebelianci nadal odczuwają obecność April. Wow. Okej.
A round table? Check. Chivalrous knights? Check. Magic? Check. That's right, this would make for a great theme restaurant.
I wish I could have been more helpful and inviting. If I'd known.
I understand. You have to be cautious.
There's much I'd like to ask you, much I'd like to learn. But with Kian gone, my workload has increased twofold. Perhaps another time, when we're both not so preoccupied.
I'd like that.
I don't know what your mission is, but I have a feeling it's important, and that our destinies are entwined. We shall speak again, Zoe Castillo, when the winds have quieted, the clouds have parted, and the grass on the great plain stands straight and tall once more.
They look ready to go to war. I hope they won't have to.
I'm not the one you should be speaking to. The library's in the back, if you're looking for Eno. Feel free to wander around up here, but downstairs is off limits.
Okej.
I'm so sorry, Crow. I thought you knew.
It's fine. It's not your fault. I can't believe she's gone. But I sort of knew, you know. I felt it in my heart. And that final time we were together, it wasn't like it used to be. It was weird. Like too much time had passed and we drifted apart. I should have known it wouldn't last.
He's not alone in feeling. How can you ever know something like that? He's not alone. I know that feeling. It's something you just have to learn to live with.
I know. I will. Were you there when she...
I witnessed the whole thing. Perhaps better to avoid the topic and get him thinking about other things.
No, może brutalnie postąpimy, no przepraszam. No dobra, brutalnie, no brutalnie.
I witnessed the... I was there. I saw it happen. I tried to help her, to save her. I know I was supposed to, but I... couldn't.
Not your fault. Bad things happen. People die. Life goes on. Anyway, did I help with, the rebel thing? Did they believe you? That you're not a spy?
You did. They do. It's fine now. They'll help us.
Good. They're not gonna cut your head off?
What? No?
Good. I wish I could have been more helpful. But it was 10 years ago. And I didn't really pay attention to what April said about that Abnaxis chap.
It's okay.
If you don't mind, I need to be alone for a little while. Clean my feathers, sharpen my beak, reflect on the nature of life. Bird stuff.
Totally understand.
I'll find you in the city.
They add colour to the place, if nothing else. There are fewer rebels than I thought. Having seen what they're up against, I'm worried. One of those big cow turtle things I saw back in town. One thing's for sure, I'm never, ever riding one. What's he doing? He looks nervous. Should I interfere or wait until he's done? That's the guy who put a bag over my head. That's the guy who put a bag over...
Aha.
Hey,
God, you gave me a fright. I was just... I'm not... Are you supposed to be walking around on your own?
he looks guilty. This doesn't look right, but he looks guilty. Is this your room?
Well, we don't have our own rooms. Anyway, Keen's gone. I was just looking for... It's Zoe, is it not? I'm Jakai, Benrima Salman's nephew. She said some very nice things about you.
You'll have to give her my regards. How is Benrime? I noticed the journeyman was closed down.
Yeah, she's in Coldstone. They arrested her for colluding with the Resistance. She was sentenced to 10 years in the dungeons. I don't know if she'll survive that. Anyway, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear that you're back in town.
I'm sorry about your aunt.
Yes. Thank you. I don't know what I'll do without her. She's the only family I have. Look, I have to go into town on an errand now, but please let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
No nie wiem, może powinienem poczekać. A może mi się ta informacja przyda, że on tam był wścibski czy coś, nie wiem.
They kept me locked up in one of those cells all night. This may not be a prison, but it's not far from it.
Dobra, idziemy do biblioteki. No, mogę ja poczekać, ale trudno. Nie wiem, może go powstrzymałem przed wzięciem czegoś, no nie wiem. Ewidentnie coś tam kombinował, może szukał, nie wiem.
Equipment-wise, the Azadi are definitely winning, but righteousness counts for a lot.
Tu jest Liko. Znaczy Enu.
Abnaxis, Purple Mountains, Ular, Ula. Nope.
I have to
nothing, no.
resist this intense desire to stroke her yellow fur. I don't...
Books, please don't fail me now.
I have to resist this intense
I've
desire
been trying to find a
stroke her
book or
yellow
scroll
fur.
or manuscript or
I
map
don't
or
think
torn
that'd be
note page
kosher.
or ancient magical tome or pamphlet or piece of cloth that mentions the Purple Mountains or the Ular, but no luck. It's really frustrating. This library has never let me down before. Bad library!
She seems so curious about me, and I haven't asked her a single question. There must be something. This is where I try to connect and make friends. There must be something. She seems so curious about me, and... Enu, right? I don't feel we were properly introduced.
I know you are. I mean, No, yes. You're right. Enu. I am Enu. I hope you're staying a while. It would be so great to have someone around who's not a surly warrior with mommy issues, or a stoic leader, or a battle-hardened soldier, or just batshit insane. I mean, there's Jakai. He's pretty normal, except for his aunt issues, but he's a bit too... Hey, so, what do you do when you're not saving the world?
I go to school. I did. Then my world started shutting down, so no more school.
I went to school too! Until I was 10, and then my father taught me how to ride a leapfrog and hunt jumpers in the jungle. Also, I had to work at the farm. Didn't leave a whole lot of time for schoolwork, or anything else. I feel we have so much in common.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe.
I can't wait to talk more about all these things we have in common. We must have a sleepover.
There must be some... This is where I try to connect, and... You just joined the Resistance?
Oh, yes. No. Not really just. About half a year ago? Wait, more than that. Time flies when you're having fun. Well, fun.
Sometimes you need to make the best out of a bad situation.
Right. And it's my duty. We're doing good, important work here. Also, I didn't want to end up living the life my parents wanted for me.
I can identify with that.
This is so nice. I wish we were sisters. Can we be sisters? You don't have to answer that. Do you have any siblings?
I did. Sort of. Long story. You?
Oh, lots. Boyfriend! Do you have one of those?
We just broke up. In incredibly bad timing. It's been a difficult few months. I was asleep for a long time. I forgot a lot of the stuff that happened to me before I fell asleep. I tried to remember, but I couldn't. Until my memories caught up with me. On top of all that, I started flirting with my therapist, and now I don't even know if I should have trusted him or... Oh, Jesus. It's a long story. Very complicated. Maybe another time?
Yes, please?
So, no luck?
Nothing. Sorry. And I've read most of these before. I can't remember coming across any of those words you mentioned. There's not much else to do here in the evenings except read. I don't really have any female friends. It gets lonely. Anyway, I've been through all the encyclopedias and travelogues, but...
Nothing about the Purple Mountains or the Ula?
Nothing. I mean, the Purple Mountains sounds colloquial. It may have a different name officially, but the Ular, there should be something about them. It's a magical race?
They didn't look human.
Weird, there's nothing about them. They must be very isolated, or someone's trying to hide something. Which would be weird and very hard to pull off. Forget I said that.
I'm on a deadline. I should just cut this short. I guess I'll have to look elsewhere.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I really thought I'd find something. I feel terrible. Do you want to be my friend? Oh, I already asked you that. I'm coming on too strong, aren't I? I am, I can tell. Stop it, Enu.
No, not at all. I'd love to be friends. And thank you for helping me.
Much good that did. I really wish I knew who else could...
For the love of the festering demon shrimps of Jeharva, do I have to do everything in this place? I didn't spend all those years living on the streets of Marcuria, pilfering food and liberating fat purses to deal with this shite. I swear I'd be better off going back to sleeping in Abnaxis' stone tree if I can't even get a mattress that isn't flea and maggot infested. Do your bleeding jobs, people. Is that too much to ask?
I have to resist this intense desire
Sorry,
to
I can
stroke
help
her
you.
yellow fur.
I'll keep looking, but
I don't think
I've read
that'd
every
be
book in
kosher.
here at least 8 times already.
Blind Bob?
Eh? What? Who's asking? Well, blessed be Miss Striped Britches. You're the lass what brought me mulled wine back when I'd hit rock bottom in Marcuria. What in the name of the 8-eyed octo-god of Tartillus are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing, except for not those words exactly.
Oh, I left me life of beggaring behind. Cleaned myself up. Joined the resistance. I'm a general now. I'm making a difference.
I just can't imagine how the blind Bob... How did you end up with the rebels?
Not long after you and I met, I overdosed on mulled wine. Spooked me good, that did. I figured I had two choices. Either spend the remainder of my days in the gutter, stinking of foreign spices and currants, and, to be honest, there didn't seem to be a whole lot of days left. Or I could clean myself up, try to amount to something after a lifetime wasted on wine, women, and various gutters. The moment I looked up, I saw how the Azadi were running magicals out of Marcuria. I couldn't ignore it. It was disgraceful. I mean, magicals always treated me with kindness and respect. I felt I owed them. So, here I am, doing my part and paying my debts. Aside from the gambling and the bar tabs, mind you. And I feel 20 years younger to boot.
What happened to your theoretical blindness?
Cured! I was blind, theoretically, but now I can see. To be honest, some days I wonder if I ever was theoretically blind. Or if it was all hypothemetaphysical, just in my head like. It was simpler being blind Bob and resorting to beggaring and vagrancy than taking a long, hard look at myself in a speculum, particularly on account of the blindness. I wish me old pa could have lived to see me. He always believed in me, even when I didn't. To the bitter end, he told me I had potential. I nodded and wept and promised him I'd try my best. Then, as he drew his last ragged breath, I stole his purse and his breeches. Well, Pa, I'm sorry about the breeches. I'm making something of life now. Making something of myself. I'm no longer blind Bob. Call me Bob who can see.
General? Are you an actual general?
Aye. See these stripes? General Bob, that's me. I takes care of the logic sticks round here so the place don't crumble to pieces. Shepard's busy with the strategering. Kian sorts out who to murder and how. Liko makes a fine job of being contrary, and Enu keeps everyone's spirits up. I mean, when she's not shooting Azadi soldiers in their eyeballs with her bow and arrow. Me, I make sure the larder's stocked, the sheets are clean, relatively speaking, and that the piss pots are empty. Can't go to war on a full bladder.
Didn't he just... It's a long shot, but... Do you know someone called Abnaxus?
Abnaxus? Now there's a name I haven't heard spoken in years. Where do you know it from?
Sorry, I just overheard. Actually, I met Abnaxus recently. Well, I dreamed about Abnaxus. Or maybe it was more like a vision. This sounds crazy, I know, but...
Sounds completely sane to me, lass. Abnaxus turning up in visions, That's exactly the sort of fellow he was. Persistent, unpredictable, and not a little annoying. I met him when he was the Venar ambassador to Ireed. This was before the gutters, when I was still a dapper chap on the Marcurian party circuit. We hit it off, especially seeing as I was going blind, theoretically, and he saw everything, past, present, and future. Years later, as he was leaving town, he entrusted me with the key to his home, said to take care of it. I'd sleep there from time to time. Very uncomfortable bunk. Musty smell of ancient books and foreign weeds. I didn't much care for it, to be honest.
It's a long... Have you heard of the Purple Mountains?
Oh, aye. Aye, of course. Everyone's heard of the Turtle Mountains. They're...
No, sorry. Purple, not turtle.
That's what I said. Turtle. Right, of course. You don't know. Why would you? My apologies, lassie. See, I have a serious P deficiency. It's been a lifelong struggle. The Turtle Mountains. Nope, never heard of them. Sorry.
I'm sure you said something about a key to Abnaxus's house.
They called it the Abode back then. Abnaxus's Abode. Primitive accommodations, but luxurious location. Prime real estate. Central with a garden view. Very quiet at night.
And the key? Do you still have it? Sorry, this is really important.
Oh, I carry it with me every day. After all, it is a magic key. Figured it might do me lumbago some good.
What about this house? I mean, the abode.
Also still there, and not hard to find. Sits right circle in the center of the city green. Abnaxus carved it out of a petrified tree with his own morbidly huge hands. A few years ago, the authorities turned it into an historical landmark. Of course, no one can get inside, on account of the Venar magic. Not without the key, at least.
This key, can I...
Oh, sure. Heavier than it looks, ain't it? More powerful than iron, worth its weight in precious stones, and then some. This magic goes back to the first magic. None of that modern hocus pocus. You feel it in your fingers when you hold it. Tingles, don't it?
It does. Sorry, I know this is asking a lot, but can I...
Borrow it? Aye, why not? It's done the lumbago no good. And I don't have much use for the place, now that I've a proper bunk here. But keep it safe. Abnaxus left most of his belongings behind and entrusted me with their care. I'd hate to betray that trust.
I promise.
I'd love to chat, lassie, but I have duties to attend to. There are piss pots that need emptying, and people to command and...
Hey, I made progress. Blind Bob, the general, gave me the key to Abnaxus's house. I might find what I'm looking for there.
That's great! Oh, I wish I could come with you, but there's this whole furry thing I've got going on. It's a big no-no in the city these days.
Sorry about that. Humans can be real dicks sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Some humans, not most. You're a good human. What are these dicks you speak of?
That's not important. Thanks again for your help.
Are you leaving already? We just met, and you'll come back though, right?
I hope so.
Oh, okay, because there's so much I want to talk about, and I'll let you go now. Thanks for talking to me, Zoe. I miss you already. Shut up now, Anu. Okay, thanks, bye!
I have to resist this intense desire to stroke her yellow fur.
I
don't
can't
think
wait to
that'd be
see you
kosher.
again, Zoe. I can braid your hair if you want. You have nice hair.
Boże, Zoe.
So many books. Which makes sense, given that this used to be a library. The key to Abnaxus's abode. Score! I don't know why Abnaxus would entrust a beggar with the key to his house, but he must have seen something in Bob that no one else did.
Ale ładny. Dobra, to co, wychodzimy.
I assume it's not an actual dragon's head, but you just never know in this world.
You spoke with the general. Did you find what you were looking for?
It's a step in the right direction.
Good. I've asked them to ready a boat for you. Whenever you're ready, it will take you into the city. I may not fully understand your role, Zoe, but there's something about you that... I've learned to have faith in the balance. The balance provides. The balance guides. It's guiding you now. You must let it take you wherever it leads, like a leaf on a river. Bend to its will.
I'll try.
May your gods favor your journey. You'll be in my thoughts and dreams.
A mogę teraz do kuchni? Nie. No niestety gra mi nie pozwoli.
They look ready to go to war. I hope they won't have to.
Shepard said to take you into town. Just get in that boat and we'll leave immediately.
No dobrze. Jak tam czas? Okej. Tym razem może nie przeskoczę 40 minut. Znaczy do 40 myślę. Że nie przeskoczę. O!
Now I need to find the city green. I wish Crow was with me. I feel less alone with that silly bird around. Oh! Hey, I remember this place. This is where I scared one of those large turtle cow things and freed a furry dog thing. Ah, memories. Broken, fragmented memories.
No tak Zoe, masz teraz szedł, że tak powiem. O nie, nie możemy z krukiem. No nie.
You're back! And your head's still on! Did you swim?
Swim? No, boat. I boated. I mean, they dropped me off in a boat.
Impressive. So, what's the next step on our grand adventure? Tea and biscuits? A hearty nap, perhaps?
I need to find the city green and the home of Abnaxus.
I visit the city green every day to clean my feathers in the fountain. Follow me. I really
better
wish
having
you
Crow
had
around.
wings.
Even though... So do I, Crow. Hey, are you okay?
Sure, why wouldn't I be?
I mean, April and...
Of course I'm not okay, okay? But I'm okay. I'll be okay. It's okay. We're okay. Don't worry about it, okay?
Okay.
She's not the first friend I've lost, and she won't be the last. You learn to roll with the punches. It's either that or punch back. Real hard.
No i co? I poleciał Kiwi gdzie? O! Ja nie chcę nic mówić, ale mam takie vibe. Ja mogę gdzieś tutaj też potańczyć?
Then make him cook the bloody
Ej, ale
food.
ta muzyka, słyszycie to?
I'm not gonna let him ruin my good reputation.
Jest taka...
No, I'll just have to serve enough apple wine to make everyone forget about the food.
Ja bym sam chciał
That's an
potańczyć.
excellent idea. Can we come?
Ugh, what's another 2 people at this point? But bring something.
More sweet apple wine?
Perfect.
Nie, no ja chcę z nimi potańczyć, mogę? Mogę jakoś się tu wmieszać w tłum? Gro, kochana, ja wiem, że ty lubisz jakieś sekrety mieć, no dajesz. Nie wiem. Zoe, poczuj tego vibe'a. Dajesz. Ja to jeszcze chwilę popróbuję, no. Ja, Gro, wiem, że ty lubisz kryć jakieś sekrety. Musi tu jakiś być sekret. To jest zbyt piękne, żeby to było tak zostawione. Nie wiem, poczekamy chwilę. Przecież to jest idealne miejsce, żeby Zoe poczuła vibe'a, no. Przecież ja bym tutaj tańczył. Ja bym na miejscu zrobił tutaj, żeby się dało tańczyć. A może trzeba jakoś głębiej wejść? No Zoe, ja wiem, że ty możesz tu tańczyć. Chyba ja coś źle robię. Nie wiem, jeszcze spróbujemy, tak. Znaczy... Ej lol! Wiedziałem, że poczujesz wajła, no przecież... Nie, ja wiedziałem, że to możesz zrobić. Ja wiedziałem, że twórcy tej gry są zajebiści. Musieli tutaj dać jakiegoś tego sekreta, że tak to ujmę. Nie, no to się tak przyjemnie patrzy, że masakra. Dobra. Także w tanecznym kroku wystarczy powiedzieć, że ciąg dalszy tej fiesty nastąpi.